Hi, I'm Sonia Goins. Domestic abuse calls for help are on the rise in Minnesota during the COVID-19 pandemic. We spoke with some local experts to see what's behind the increase. Minnesotans are staying at home at the request of the governor. All that togetherness could be tough on some relationships. Loss of jobs or less money in paychecks can cause a lot of stress, sometimes pushing some people to the edge.
It's hard for families to be together all the time, in any circumstance.
Elsa Swenson is with Home Free, a shelter based in Plymouth. She says domestic abuse is about power and control. She says many abusers use isolation as a weapon, which make matters worse since we're all at home now.
To be further isolated from community supports, family, friends, and to not, even have the break of a job and that time apart is really exacerbating. It's kind of making a pressure cooker for these kinds of situations.
Day one, a Minnesota crisis hotline is seeing a jump in calls. On Monday, they had about 145 calls. Usually, they see about 75 calls during that same time period. Swenson says she's worried people aren't calling for help and says her group has to use different methods to assist victims.
We are having to be really creative about how do we, function within a violent relationship and a pandemic? And how does that change how we safety plan? And how does that change how, people move forward and take the next steps that they need to take?
Brooklyn Park Police Detective Shane Husaric handles about 250 to 300 domestic abuse cases per year. But during the COVID-19 pandemic, he says the numbers are down so far.
From March 15th, which is about the time the stay-at-home order came into effect, until April 12th, our simple assaults or our domestic violence fear cases have gone down about 28%.
He credits community engagement groups with helping to connect with people who might be in danger during the pandemic.
Since the stay-at-home order, we've really kept our finger on the pulse of what's going on in our community.
Both advocates recommend people check in on family and friends who might be at risk.
Just making sure that people know that they have avenues, that they have people that care about them, so that they can start to see there are, paths out of this.
Services are still available during the stay-at-home order. For more information on resources, check out our webpage, ccxmedia.org. Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.